If you're like a lot of people, you struggle with understanding SEO, and there's a very, very, very good reason for that. Search engine optimization is not a specific service, it's not a specific function, it's not a specific task. It is a broad constellation of different processes applied to a given website to get it to rank on a specific search engine for a specific search phrase or phrases, ideally. So it's convoluted. It's not something that you can easily wrap your head around. And even the people who work every single day on SEO campaigns, very few of them have a broad and deep understanding. Most people who even do SEO, even for a living, they have a paper-thin understanding for most areas of SEO and then a very deep understanding for one or more specific areas. I look at SEO, and I've been involved with SEO for a very long time, as something that throughout the years, through my entire lifetime in technology, from my earliest days to present, has gradually waned in its ability to affect change for a given website. Now, that's not to say that all SEO campaigns are moot, okay, or that they're not good, they're not going to work. But it is to say that SEO is something that runs directly contrary to what a search engine is supposed to do. Search engines are relevance engines, right? Google is a search engine, right? Google started as a search engine. Now it's a lot of things. But the point is, the Google search engine is as good as its ability to deliver results to searchers. The second that it starts to deliver bad results or incorrect results in a broad basis, that's the second that it ceases to be a search engine. It starts to be just a website that delivers random junk. So, of course, Google doesn't want this to happen. So there's been a perpetual war at work between SEO, right, the clients of SEO, people who have websites that sell all kinds of stuff or services and everything else, and then Google the corporation, and Google the website, Google the search engine, because the search engine wants to deliver relevant results. SEO seeks to pervert this process or take advantage of the algorithms and stuff that make this process possible to catapult the site from way down in the rankings to way up in the rankings for a popular search phrase in order to make the person who owns the site ultimately money. This really puts them at odds, right? And of course, being at odds, you also have to consider that Google has pay-per-click. They're looking to sell pay advertising. They're not looking to enrich third-party marketers who are, taking websites that sell nutraceuticals and having them show up when someone types vitamin C. They're not looking to do that. They're looking to, have, when you type vitamin C, up come the pay-per-click ads, followed by, some videos and organics in that order. That's what they want. That's what the system wants. Now, through all this, just to bring some logic to chaos, you have to understand that if you follow the rules, like if you follow what Google is saying or what all search engines are saying, if you just follow the broad logic of you have a site, if the content is relevant and there's lots of it and it's high quality content, the site ultimately should organically rank based upon that. Okay? Not based upon an SEO campaign, but if you just built a site, there are plenty of examples out there, sites that were built and are just packed with high quality content, and they just rank. Now, most of those examples people are going to say are either government or they're institutional, they're organizational, they're things like Wikipedia and so on and so forth. And yeah, those are good examples, but there's plenty of regional, local examples of sites that you pull up all the time in your own searching that you're finding that are not sites that have SEO campaigns going on. They just happen to have high quality content. And that's because through this entire, struggle from the beginning, from the inception, it's always been relevance versus technologists, right? The technologists and their SEO, the relevance and the search engine, and the two of them being at war with one another. And as a consequence of this, people have many times lost sight of the fact that if their website simply had high quality content, lots of it, and let time pass, it would rank anyway. I have seen through the years, and I'm sending this as just as a broad message to all of you so you understand this. I have seen many, many people have sites where they focused and spent thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands on SEO campaigns. And I mean, on almost a monthly basis, when they could have taken that money and repurposed it into developing high quality content like YouTube vids and blog posts and in-depth articles and giveaways like free downloads and stuff like that. They could have taken that same money and invested it there, and they would have had a permanent and durable basis for ranking based upon the relevance of the site over time, as opposed to a short-term, money went in the pocket of a campaign, and then the campaign ends and the rankings kind of just dwindle away because there's all junk articles on the site, junk blog posts, all kinds of things through the years, private blog networks, PBNs, and all kinds of stuff, social bookmarking and link dropping and link wheels and, strategy after strategy after strategy after strategy that have waxed, waned, and fallen to the wayside. And yet, with literally millions and millions and millions of dollars collectively spent on these things, when the people behind them, the people who are ultimately the customers, could have done the right thing from day one and begun to develop quality content. Now, that's not to say I'm like making a moral judgment against these people. It's a logical thing. Say you're a plastic surgeon and you want more clients. Well, SEO company approaches you, says, "Hey, I'll get you rankings." When they say, we'll charge you $5,000 a month, you pay them the $5,000 a month. You let time pass, you start to see results. You say, "Hey, can we double it?" And maybe $10,000 a month's nothing to you, but keep in mind down the road when that all goes to the wayside, when the rankings are gone, they're gone, right? If you're ranking based upon machinations of taking advantage of and manipulating and perverting that structure that's there of relevance in the search engine, eventually you're going to get run over. It's just logical. And I mean, for years and years, people would tell you, no, what we're doing is it's different. It's different. Every single one of them, without exception, without question, every single one of them has fallen to the wayside eventually. Currently, there's a whole bunch of, modern day machinations and manipulation techniques and techniques to skirt the rules of Google and to take advantage and to get sites to rank. But I'll tell you what, my opinion, where I approach SEO, and just to give you a broad understanding of it, I approach SEO from the perspective of content. Because I would much rather see a client, an individual, spend the money to develop very high quality content and to get that content up there on their site and to do something where they're building something with legitimate real value to the people browsing to the site. If somebody who is, let's say it's a company that, let's say it's that plastic surgeon, just as an example. Let's say that rather than building a site where it's just a site about the stuff they sell and that's it, and then an SEO campaign that's costing them $10,000 a month. Let's say they invested that $120,000 a year into bringing on, temp staff or doing a very serious piece of coursework about plastic surgery, informing their patients, informing the public about plastic surgery and what's involved, and developing video content, right, to deliver that. And they built out over the course of a year, $120,000 can get you a lot of videos, and get you a lot of blog posts, and get you a lot of good quality articles written by very credible people. If you invest that money there, at the end of a year, are you going to be as far ahead as if you had an SEO campaign? Perhaps not. However, year after year after year, time is going to pass, and if you continue with this strategy, you're developing your credibility in a way that no SEO campaign can ever develop your credibility. So, broad-based SEO campaigns are there to skirt the rules of the search engines, take advantage of the situation as it presently is at any given point in time, and to help with short-term rankings. Long-term, not so much. Now, having said all that, everything I've just said, having said all of that, what I'm talking about here, the term SEO is a broadly applied term. If I work for you and I were building you an SEO campaign, I would call it an SEO campaign, but what's included in it is content, relevance, quality. If I'm doing that, it's still considered an SEO campaign because we're trying to get you to rank for search. However, my emphasis is on something durable. So that term SEO almost is it's like a non sequitur. It almost doesn't really mean anything, right? Because what's underneath the hood of SEO could be anything from, black hat methods that are, borderline illegal in the gray zone, maybe, to something that is highly ethical and, that anyone would agree, any reasonable person would agree, is not only beneficial, but helpful even to the public and helpful to consumers. So, you really have to analyze SEO campaigns on an individual basis, pick them apart, be very critical, and also look at what's included if you're looking at campaigns, either campaigns to resell for your agency, or you're looking for a campaign for your agency or for your business if you found this video that way. Really look at and scrutinize what you're getting for your money. And look at it, and this is just my opinion, take it for what it's worth. I've been in this business about 20 years. Look at that campaign and think to yourself, is this something durable? Is this something that's going to last? Am I getting quality? One of the things that I really think is just a complete waste of time are filler articles and filler blog posts. And that's where you'll see, somebody's site filled out with content that is just stolen from site A, spun, meaning rewritten, and then stuck up on the site without any care at all as to readability or, quality of the writing or, matching graphics or anything. It's just stuck up there for the spiders to read. The spiders are getting more sophisticated. They understand what they're looking at now. Junk is junk. The search engines are not going to reward that, as they shouldn't. Because if they did reward that, think of the internet we'd have. It's bad enough as is. Imagine the internet if it was really rewarding SEO tactics like that. Years ago, some of you, I would say most people are going to watch this are old enough to remember, back when like the JCPenney scandal hit and stuff like that, where you would do a search on Google for, you could do a search for socks or shoes or brain surgeon or lymphatic system, anything crazy off the wall, and up would come JCPenney. Yeah, we got your lymphatic system for you. And you're like, what in the hell? It doesn't make any sense at all. That's not something that Google was going to allow to stand. So when you look at your campaign, not saying that that's going to happen at all. Okay, that's probably not going to ever happen again. But look at it in terms of long-term value. And if you're reselling, if you're selling SEO, right? If you're in the business of reselling SEO for your clients, I think a content campaign can be much, much better for your agency as well, because a content campaign, though it's slow burn, is not as high of cost. Many of the things that are within a content campaign can be sourced individually, can be added onto, taken away. So you have a lot of variability in the pricing, and you can get really creative with content campaigns in a way that you really can't with a campaign of conventional sort of, keyword-based SEO, where, you're looking at this and you're just saying, hey, all we're going to do here is hammer out blog posts, link drop, and so on and so forth, and all the stuff that's included that I won't go into, because that stuff is really it's relevant, but it's not relevant to this video. Anyhow, if you like this video, make sure that you hit the like button down there, ring the bell so that you get notifications when we drop videos, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next vid. Talk to you soon.